Well, the California primary election is just 3 weeks away, and tonight we are highlighting the race for California's 20th Congressional District and taking a look at the candidates seeking to take on House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy for his seat in Congress. The candidates I spoke with say they are ready to serve the Kern, Tulare, Kings, and Fresno communities. James Davis, Ben Duell, Jim McCully, Kevin McCarthy, and Marisa Wood are the 5 candidates running for the 20th Congressional District. Let's start with James Davis, who is running for office for the second time as a Republican candidate. Davis previously worked at the Kern County Hall of Records and in the oil fields and says he's hoping to help fight inflation.
Basically, we're going to have monetary reform at some point, all right? We created $10 trillion into existence since 2018, all right? We handed out $4.5 trillion to 44 different agencies ranging from the county, the city, the federal government, and all their associates and contractors that go along with that.
He also believes our economy is heading in the wrong direction.
We are headed for a currency crisis. We already have a negative 1.4 GDP, gross domestic product, for the first quarter of 2022. We are headed for another negative quarter.
Ben Duell, a board director and former meteorologist, says he's been governing for the last 4 years and adds it's time to transform to renewable energy.
There's no other point of time than right now that should let people know that we no longer can be beholden to a world economy based on non-renewables.
Duell says while he's running as a Democratic candidate, he considers himself more of an independent and believes he can work with both parties to find solutions.
Just take the recent lack of infant formula throughout the country. There are certain things that a government needs to do for its citizens, and this is one of those areas where, you know, if I had the ability, I would look for manufacturers, plants here within the district that could help solve this issue.
Jim McCully, a former accountant and car salesman, is from Northern California, and while he has only been in Kern County since January, McCully says he's been listening to the needs of locals. He says while he doesn't know much about oil and the agriculture industry, he's heard about some potential solutions for the drought.
With respect to the water, I heard some pretty good, interesting ideas about desalination plants and putting them along the coast so the folks that need that water that are now taking it from here could find other resources to it. I happen to think that's actually, on the surface, a pretty good idea.
McCully, a Republican candidate, says he wants to help address the wealth gap that is taking place across the country and that he believes helps everyone, regardless of political party.
I want to go back to 1913. I want to ask the wealthiest people in the country to pick up the cost of my Social Security and Medicare. I want you, 16 years of age, to become a working capitalist for the next 50 years of your life. I don't want you to become a retired socialist with your hand out saying, I need help.
Marisa Wood, a teacher and educator for more than 25 years in Kern County, says because of her tenure in the district and the family she's been able to grow with over the years, she wants to serve them because she knows what they need.
I'm not a politician. I certainly don't want to make this a career. I just want to be of service to the folks in this community.
Wood, a Democrat, says while there are a number of solutions she has for issues facing residents in the 20th district, her priority is helping children and families.
One of my priorities will be to reduce childhood poverty. We've had one of the highest levels of poverty here in this state. And one way that we can do that is by making sure that our parents and those that are working with the children are earning a dignified wage. We have folks working 2 and 3 jobs in the same, 2 incomes, multiple incomes, still not being able to make ends meet.
Kevin McCarthy currently serves as the representative for California's 23rd Congressional District. But because of the newly drawn redistricting lines, he's running for the 20th Congressional District. McCarthy, a 4th-generation Kern County resident, is running as a Republican candidate. We reached out to his campaign office for the story, but did not hear back. The candidates with the top 2 votes after the primary election on June 7th will move on to the general election in November.